Let me go to the next question now, which is Quranic study. I am grateful to the friends who have helped me out with this video. Let me share that video with you. So the question was, how do we study Quran? We hear you saying highlight the verses, tag the Quran. We don't even know how many chapters, how to just study Quran. It's all overwhelming. So Quran has 30 sections. In Urdu, it is called 30 para. Now within this 30, there are 114 chapters, or in Urdu, 114 surah. These chapters in totality has 6,666 verses or ayat. So let me share this video with you, and if you have questions, surely we can discuss that.
Ya ALWAEZA. In this short presentation, we will explore the Quran. We will provide an overview of the Quran, how to find a surah, a chapter in the Quran, how to find an ayah, verse in the Quran, and how to tag the Quran. Let's take a look at an example of a page in the Quran. In this case, we will look at Surah 1. When looking at your Quran, you can find the surah in two ways. One is at the top of the page, which indicates the name of the surah and the surah number. In this case, Surah 1, Surah Al-Fatiha, the opening. The second way is indicated within the yellow box, where you can see the surah name in English and Arabic. Lastly, you can also find the verse number in the first column of the same page. The Quran has 3 columns. The first column is the English translation. The second column is the Arabic transliteration. And the third column is the verse in Arabic. Let's revisit how to find a chapter. We can find the information about a chapter in 2 ways. The first is shown here in the yellow box. And the second is also shown here indicated in the yellow box. In this case, we can see that this is chapter 1, the opening, Surah Al-Fatiha, and chapter 2, the cow, Surah Al-Baqarah. Another way to locate a surah is by looking at the top of the page in the Quran, noted here by the 2 yellow circles. Again, we see Surah 1 and Surah 2 shown here. When looking for ayat in the Quran, we can see that this can be found in the first column as shown by the arrows here. In this case, we see ayat 1, verse 1 in Surah chapter 1. In the second example, we see ayat 2, verse 2 in Surah chapter 1. Subsequently, we can also see this in chapter 2, indicated here. We can see ayat verse 1 in chapter 2, Surah 2, and ayat verse 5 in Surah chapter 2. Now that we understand how to find the surahs and ayats in the Quran, we can review how to tag the Quran. To tag the Quran, take a post-it tag, label the tag with the respective surah using a permanent marker or pen, and place the tag on top of the page as shown here, indicated by the square box. You will do this for each surah, in total 114 surahs, on their respective pages. Once you have tagged all the surahs, chapters of the Quran, you will see the surahs numbered alongside of the Quran as shown here. This will make it easy for you to find the chapter and the verse, as well as to highlight and underline verses as needed. Now, we will share a few resources, including various types of Quran, links to videos on how to tag the Quran, and references for purchasing the Quran. These are a few examples of various Qurans. Here, you can see different versions in English.
So this is our English version, and the reason we keep mentioning to buy the Yusuf Ali, because Yusuf Ali Quran is Shia Quran, number one. Number two, it has those 3 columns, which I would say are the most important for English readers, those who do not know Arabic. One column is Arabic and the second is transliteration. Due to not having a good translations, regardless of Shia or Sunni, we do need to know few words in transliteration. We should be able to read to know the exact words which are used in Arabic. And then we can also edit and write it down the correct translation. So that is why, and this Quran is available. Nafisa is just going to tell us, but that's what I wanted to say, that the Yusuf Ali is the Shia Quran, and this is pigtail. So those who read Urdu, I would recommend them Farman Ali, or Maududi is a Sunni Quran. Farman Ali is Shia and Maududi is Sunni. The difference is that in Farman Ali, at times it becomes very hard to know where the verse, the sentence ends and when the next sentence starts. Though it's a Shia Quran, so translation would have Imam mentioned clearly. But it is very difficult to be studying with Shia Quran or Farman Ali versus Maududis Quran, which is Sunni Quran, but which is very clear. It will tell you where the sentence ends and the other sentence starts. Because we do not know Arabic, it is very important that we have Quran which clearly tells us where the verses are beginning and where the verses are ending. In English, it's easier because it is columns. In Urdu, there are no columns.
In Urdu, these are 2 links that are provided that will help you further navigate the Quran and tag the Quran. Lastly, these are a few references for you to purchase the Quran.
So thank you to Nafisa for such a beautiful job she has done. And Naveen Sahaba, she has prepared some resources there in the presentation, which we will share on the group so you can all look into that. And those who truly want to continue to study, these videos would really help you how to tag your Quran and study.